Hi there. I'm Nate Ferraro. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer from Toronto, living in LA now. Excited to talk to you guys. As a Canadian, winning a Grammy and being a part of Beyonce's Cowboy Carter means a lot to me. Being a writer and producer on Texas Hold'em is a real lifelong dream come true. It's really neat to see something come to fruition that you've dreamed about and imagined since I was probably 14 years old and I started writing songs. You know, inside in my heart, I always believed it, but for it to become a reality is just incredible. So it's been a long journey for me to get to this point, to be working with world class artists here in LA and sort of at the top of my game. And I mean, the journey, yeah, it's been incredibly long. I started out as a singer in a band called the Midway State. We signed to Interscope and we toured all over the world for like 10 years out of a van, eventually to sharing a bus with 13 people, sleeping in motels that you wouldn't want to sleep in, but always for the love of the game, you know. From there, the band came to an end, and I just didn't feel in the moment and present being a singer anymore. But songwriting and music production in the studio was what got me into singing in the first place, and it was my first love. And so it was a natural transition for me to stay in the studio. I'd learned a lot about the studio from being in the band and getting to work with producers that were producing our band and work in real recording studios. So just like soaking it in, learning a lot. So it was a natural transition. Again, it took years to sort of get my feet on the ground as a songwriter, but working with Canadian artists and SOCAN members like Bulo and Virginia de Vegas and different artists like that in Canada really helped me to hone my craft and become a professional songwriter. And then from there, it's one small foot in front of the other for me. It's never been magic. I've never felt like I'm the most talented or even sometimes the most deserving, but I feel that I've always been very enthusiastic about what I do, and I think when you're enthusiastic and you love it, and you bring good vibes and your heart's in the right place, people feel that and people want to be around it. Hopefully we're just halfway on the journey right now. I think I'm just getting started, but there's been a lot behind me. Transitioning from being an artist to being a songwriter is, for me, felt natural. Songwriting was my first love. It's where I feel fulfilled. But certainly there's aspects of being an artist that you have to say goodbye to. You're not necessarily front and center. If you're trying to get an ego stroke, that will probably take a lot longer as a songwriter. Thankfully, I often felt very uncomfortable in the public eye and being front facing, as you can probably tell from this interview. But there's a lot of aspects. You're not touring, you're not playing shows. Performing live is such a release and is so fun. So you're not doing that as much. You're not necessarily engaging with fans the same way online. It's more of a solitary or like inner circle kind of contribution. But I always thought it was neat from a young age hearing about Carole King and Diane Warren and Max Martin. And I thought it was so fascinating that there were these almost secret people behind the scenes that were creating the music that I loved. And I always thought that was so cool. So, I'm just trying to be like Max or Diane or Carole. That's like who I look up to. Yeah, I think that another way to look at it in terms of being a songwriter instead of an artist is you don't have to set hard and fast rules in 2025 anymore. You can be a songwriter first and foremost, but if you have a collection of songs that you want to release under your own brand or as an artist, that's always available, especially nowadays where you don't need a huge record deal to do that. Distribution is worldwide instantaneously. You can make records with your friends for like small budgets. So I think that maybe you take time off as an artist, or for me, that was it. It was like, okay, I'm just going to take time off. And then it became a full-time forever thing. But it doesn't have to be a hard and fast rule either where it's like, okay, now I'm a songwriter, I will never be an artist again. You don't have to make it so black and white. And that's what I tell myself too. there's been times where I've been asked to reunite the Midway State, and who knows? But everyone's actually done really well. Mike Wise is one of my still main collaborators, incredible SOCAN member. So yeah, you never know.